4 balls, like bumps, tummies, lots of tummies. Yeah, Coach Steve, are we in?
I'm dying.
I'm going to let Zainab talk to you guys for 2 seconds and I'll be back in 1 minute.
Hi YouTube, thank you for coming to Mini Chef Session today. Hope you all enjoy this.
Hi Zainab, hi Maria.
So, welcome to Mini Chef. If you're new to this, I hope you enjoy the session and just have fun.
Show them the ingredients.
So,
Sorry guys, I'm just coming.
Mascapone. We have icing sugar, 8-inch glass tin and 2 bowls, 2 spatulas, another bowl and sieve.
Okay, so I think we are good to start. So if you do, I can't even say if you join late because you said you're not going to be here right now. Right, so let's go ahead. We've got our 2 bowls and I'm going to use 1 bowl for now. Actually, before we do that, let me just talk to you about this. So we have our paper strips ready. If you haven't got your paper strips ready, don't worry. It's not the end of the world.
Do you have to use paper or cardboard?
That's a good question. She said you have to use paper, cardboard, or foil. The best thing to use for this is just standard paper, okay? Just 1 A4 sheet, just cut it up into strips.
What does standard mean?
It means normal paper, just
like
regular. Right, so we have a dish that we're using. We're using an 8-inch square. Anything like this is fine, even slightly rectangle will be fine. So we're going to put these things on the side for now. And we're going to start with our mascarpone cheese, or mascarpone, however you like to say it. So we have mascarpone cheese here. If we could mute on your side, Coach Cheese.
I need time of it.
That's okay. No, Zainab believes we're slightly wrong today, that's fine. Okay, so we have mascarpone cheese. Check. Well done. Fantastic. Yes, Maria.
Can you use any type of that?
Can you use any type of mascarpone cheese? She's asking lots of questions today. So this is just plain mascarpone cheese. Mascarpone cheese, for you guys who don't know, is like Philadelphia, but it's not salty. It doesn't have any flavor. So it's a thick, creamy cheese that's not salty, so you can use it in desserts because it doesn't have flavor. It's just very thick and creamy, and it gives a nice, like steady consistency. So it firms your cream up, your whipping cream up, and it's quite nice for cheesecakes and things like that. So we're going to go ahead and open our tub of mascarpone cheese. This one is 250 grams. If you've got a tub this big, that's fine. Put it all in your bowl. So we're going to peel back. It comes with a little plastic peel. Peel that back. Use your spoon and Zainab, straight into that bowl for me.
It looks like Philadelphia.
It does look like Philadelphia, and that's what Philadelphia is made out of. It's a cream cheese. But don't worry, it's not the kind of cheese you put on your pizza, so it won't be salty. It will be just right for this recipe.
And it looks like butter.
It does look like butter. So we're going to pop that in. Have we got it all in?
No.
So once you've got your mascarpone cheese into your bowl, I want you to get your hand mixer. If you don't have a hand mixer, you can use a wooden spoon for this. I wouldn't recommend a normal mixer because it will get stuck in there. The reason why hand mixer works better is because it's so fast, it will get stuck, but it will also come out. So either use an electric mixer or use a wooden spoon to just soften this up a bit. So what we're going to do, it's on the wrong side of me, so I'm going to swivel myself around, do a little twirl for you all. We're going to pop it on. It's on from the plug, but I'm not using it. And here are the rules for using our hand mixer. We never turn it on when it's outside the bowl. So we never turn it on when it's outside the bowl. Make sure your parents have put the whisk attachments in nice and tight so they're not loose. Hold your bowl with the hand that you don't write with. I'm right-handed, so my mixer is in my right hand, and the bowl I will hold steady with my left hand. Now, if I don't hold the bowl, what happens? It turns into a UFO, and the bowl is going to go flying. A UFO is an unidentified flying object, so it's like an alien spaceship. We don't want those today. So hold.
When you mix it and then you still mix it,
And it's going to become a flying French breed. Okay, so hold it with your left hand. Yes.
Was it the bowl with your non-writing hand and the whisker with your writing hand?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm holding the bowl with the hand that I don't write with, and the whisk with the hand that I do write with. So my stronger hand is holding the whisk attachment, which is my right hand. Okay? So we're going to hold on to that bowl. We're going to push this right down so it's touching the bottom of the bowl, right? And then we will turn it on. Okay? Now listen to me, guys. Before you do that, when you finish whisking and I say stop, it's going to get noisy from my side and your side. So I might show you my fingers in the air, okay? So when I say stop, do not lift it up while it's still spinning. Keep it in there, touching the bottom, and I want you to stop it while it's in the bowl. Now my one has a little click button on the top, so it goes 1, 2, 3. And I'm sure some of you already know how to use this, so I'm so sorry I have to go over this for the kids that haven't used it before. So keep it down. When I say stop, you turn it off in the bowl. Then when you lift it up, it will be off. You put it on the side, and the whisk attachments are hanging over the bowl. So any mess will drip into that bowl. So before we do that, we are going to go ahead and weigh our sugar. So let's leave that on the side. We've got our mascarpone in there, and we are going to weigh our sugar. So we are using icing sugar. You can use caster sugar or icing sugar for this recipe. It's absolutely fine. And I've got an IKEA cup today, and we're going to put just under half. That will be more than enough, just under half. So go ahead and weigh your sugar. Once you've done your sugar, you can pop it in the bowl with the mascarpone. So we need another spoon. So Mario, can you give me half a cup of sugar? So you can use powdered sugar, which is icing sugar, or caster sugar. Careful. That's it. In there. I can tell you how many tablespoons that is. 1. That's it. 2. It's about 3 heat tablespoons, okay? So we've got that much. That was 3 heat tablespoons, and that will be fine. That's absolutely more than enough sugar. So we're going to close. Remember to tidy up as you go along. We're going to close our sugar and pop it on the side. So we've got a very yellow screen today. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pop that sugar into our mascarpone. Here's the thing, if you're using powdered sugar, icing sugar, whisk with it off first. Mix it with it off. Why is that, baby?
So it doesn't pop up everywhere.
Because powdered sugar will go pop everywhere, and you'll have this, what do we call it?
Sugar clouds.
Sweet
air.
Sweet air. So when it puffs up, if you breathe in,
Sweet air.
you can take sweet air, right? So if you're using powdered sugar, just squish it down a little bit into the cream before you put your mixer on. Right, we're good to go. If you've got caster sugar, it's okay. You can do this part if you want to. So we are now good to go. And Zainab is going to now turn it on, keep the whisk pressing down on the bowl, hold it with your left hand, and go round in circles, keeping the whisk pushed down to the bowl. Off you go. It's going to get noisy. So off you go, kids. And what you will see is your mascarpone cheese will start getting softer and creamier. And that's exactly what we want. Exactly. Right, I'm going to count you down from 10. So 10, 9, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I don't know what I did with my fingers there. So we can turn it off in the bowl. Turn it off in the bowl and rest it so it's standing over the bowl, and that will be fine. And Zainab is caught. Be careful with the wire. She was on the wrong side. Okay, so now I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So we have this softened mascarpone.
A bit like when you whisk up butter.
A bit like whipped up butter when you're making cake or buttercream. So we're going to put this on the side. Now we're going to get our other bowl. Okay, so sugar into mascarpone. Now we're getting our clean bowl, and then if you could get the whipping cream out of the fridge. And don't worry if you've got some mascarpone on your whisk attachment. It doesn't matter because we're going to mix it up. So whipping cream in the door, the green. So
it's a magical fridge. I can just open it anywhere. If I open the top of your fridge, that's actually not a fridge.
Okay, that's not French.
Can I put it in?
So we have whipping cream. If you have double cream, it's okay, but double cream is thicker, so it will be a heavier dessert.
I thought double cream was thinner.
No. So we have 3 types of cream, main 3 types of cream. We have double cream, whipping cream,
and
pouring cream, which is called
spread cream.
No, single cream. So double cream, whipping cream, single cream. Double cream has the most amount of butter in it. So when you whip it up, it's a very thick and rich cream. Whipping cream is like double cream, but they've taken some butter out of the cream. So it will still whip up nicely, but it's light and airy. So it's not heavy when you eat it. Single cream doesn't whip up. It won't whip up like a cloud. It will stay really runny. So it's nice to pour on desserts, or it's also nice to pour into your dishes when you're cooking, like your curries and other things. So that's the three creams. So whipping cream is great for gâteaux and other desserts where you don't want it to be heavy with too much butter, which makes it quite heavy. So we have 300 ml of whipping cream on this tub. So that should be all right. If you have Elmley and it's the small Elmley tub, you can use all of that as well. So that's about 200 ml. Right, Mara is going to just peel back, pour it into a clean bowl. Off you go.
Mommy, I thought you said Elmer's glue.
Not Elmer's glue, Elmley cream is another type of cream. And some parents might know this, that Elmley cream is actually not real cream. It's a cream. It's a cream substitute. It's basically made from other things. We're going to do the same thing with whipped cream. Don't worry, you've got some mascarpone, it won't make any difference. We're going to pop that into the middle and we're going to turn this on. And you're going to hear it splatter, splatter. And it might splatter everywhere. One minute, Maria. We're going to go around in circles. And don't worry if you make a bit of a mess. Now this one is going to whip up for a few minutes. And what you'll see is it will become a little bit like this, but not too thick. So I'm going to go, and I'm hoping that you guys are also doing the same. We're keeping this attachment, pressing down on the bottom of the bowl with my left hand, securing the bowl, and we are going round this circle.
It looks like milk.
It looks like milk, and you'll see little bubbles on the top now.
It looks like milk.
We're going to keep going for about 2 to 3 minutes. If you're happy to, you can put your whisk up even higher because it'll make your cream quicker. How much whipping cream? We have 300 milliliters here. If you have 284 or anything around the 300 mark, it's fine. A little bit less, a little bit more will be okay. But about 300 roughly. Can we put that in the comments? 300 milliliters.
What cream is it?
Whipping cream. If you haven't got the exact amount, because our top was exactly 300, you can put about 1.5 cups. You can measure about 1.5 cups if you want to. Right, slowly, you will see it will get a little bit thicker. And can you see what I'm doing with my hand? I'm turning the bowl. I am turning the bowl.
So you're mixing the different kinds of cream.
We're mixing all around. So instead of just going around circles, we can keep turning the bowl like this. I suggest you, we don't want you to drop your cream. I'm going to put my mixer up one more. They've gone faster, and we're going to keep going around circles. Now, I want you guys to carry on, but I have something to tell you. When it starts getting a bit thick, I want you to stop and lift up your whisk. If it's dripping off like this, it's not ready. It should stay on there, but keep checking it. If it gets too thick, do you know what happens to cream if we over whip it?
It turns like to meringue kind of thing.
What did I say double cream has inside it? Too much. Butter. So the way we make butter is to over whip double cream. If you can make it too stiff, it becomes butter on one side and milk on one side. It splits the cream. So we don't want to make it too thick. So when it starts looking like you could spread it on the cake, I want you to stop, lift it up, and if it's soft and fluffy, you want to leave it there. I want you to carry on. My butter. Right, I'm going to keep going. If you're not sure, ask your parents to have a look. Mine is getting thicker because it looks like waves in the sea.
It kind of looks like a balloon.
Right, I'm going to keep going for another minute or so. And of course, it depends what cream you have. It depends how hold your cream as well. We are nearly done.
Are they whisking until certain consistency?
When your cream is causing ripples and you have like a ribbon, can you see that ribbon? Yeah, and the shape stays in the bowl. When I drip it, the shape stays in the bowl. It's not completely running. So it's like a fluffy cloud.
That's right, but it's not accurate. Wow.
There we go. Can we see that? So it's soft, little bit drippy, but not really drippy. Can you see that? That's exactly how we want it. All right, nice and fluffy. Okay, so I'm going to give you another minute or so. Give me a thumbs up when you have your cream ready and it's nice and fluffy. And we're going to take that out. We have a little, we've got bits of cream all over this. We have a little handy little bowl on the side, so any drips or any spoons, we can just lean it over there. So we're going to use this time to do a little tidy up. So Zainab, if you could pop the spoon and those things by the sink.
Are you able to have mascarpone without anything in it, or is it raw?
Is that because you want to lick the spoon then?
Yeah.
You can have mascarpone with nothing, but it will taste of nothing.
Okay.
Right, I'm waiting for your thumbs up. Any questions on YouTube? Are we good on Zoom and YouTube? Coach Sophie, how are we doing?
At the moment, we're all okay.
Everyone's busy whisking away, so I'm just going to show you.
So.
I'm going to show you guys. Hey, we have a thumbs up. That's what we're looking for. Can you see that cloud? It looks great. It's not too whipped. It's just nice and fluffy. Look at that. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Done. Fantastic.
You know, I've been bugging my mom's all week because I really wanted to have one of these biscuits.
Yeah, but she can't have one of those biscuits. She has to wait. Because we need those biscuits. So I hope you guys have also got your finger biscuits ready. I did also message your parents. If you couldn't get hold of them, then some cake would have been fine too. Okay, so anyway, let's get back to our bowls. I think we're ready. Do you think we're ready to see?
Yeah, done. Most people are saying they're done.
Most people are saying that. Right, so now we've got our sweetened mascarpone and we've also got our cream. So now what we're going to do is we're going to
mix them.
What we're going to put where?
We're
going to put the soft cream into the mascarpone.
No, the mascarpone won't come out of the bowl.
Mascarpone is harder to take out of the bowl, but also because it's harder, when we put it in the cream might go plop. So we don't want that. So we're going to either use your spoon or we have a spatula. So we are going to use our silicone spatula. You can use a spoon or whatever you have.
I was making cupcakes and then when we added the icing sugar to the cream, the whole mixer went.
Yes, it did. Okay, so hold your bowl of cream. I'm going to let Maria do this. So Maria, I'm going to hold it. You can pour it in. So scrape all that whipping cream into your mascarpone. That's it. Well done. And make sure you get it all out of your bowl. You don't want to waste any. Kathy, don't flick it on the table, my lovey. There you go. Do you want me to get the rest out for you? Are you good? She's doing really well here.
When it drops down, it sounds like you're putting water into oil and
It's
it
pop,
just splashes
pop.
and it doesn't mix.
Right, so reminding what we're doing here, we are putting
We mix the mascarpone. Yes, we make.
okay, so let me just go over, please 1 second, let me speak to the viewers. So before we carry on, I'm just going to go over what we've done for anyone that's missed. Before we did this, we whisked the mascarpone in a bowl by itself with the sugar, and that was half a cup of sugar. Powdered sugar, which is icing sugar, or caster sugar. So soften the mascarpone with half a cup of your sugar in one bowl. In a separate bowl, we whisked up our whipping cream. Now we are combining both of them.
Can I mix it?
And what we can do is you can either mix it with your spatula, or again, you can go in with your mixer, which we are going to do, but don't mix it for too long. So we're going to go in for about 5 seconds with our mixer. Yep. Remember, we hold the bowl with our left hand. Like I said, guys, you can use your spatula to mix this as well. So we're going to put it on. Oh, what happened there?
Oh.
Okay, ready? Hold your bowl. We don't want a UFO. We're going to go around in circles. Now we're going to count to 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right, I think we're going to do 5 more.
1, 3, 4, 5.
And that's it. Let's quickly turn it off. We don't want it too thick.
Wow.
And you can see that thickened up nicely with the mascarpone. Right, that's it. So now I'm going to tap out any of that cream. And if you can't, you can hold your bowl and tap it out. If it doesn't tap out, hold your whisk next to the side of the bowl and put it on number 1.
There's more milk there.
And it will all come out. Oh, wait,
Mama.
I went the wrong way. Right, you can lick that off. So accidentally, we have a power button on our whisk attachment, and I went the wrong way. So Mari's going to go and hide and lick all that off now. All right, so we have our cream. We have our cream and mascarpone, and that's what we have. Okay, so now I'm going to pop that on the side, and we're going to clean our hands because we had a little explosion of cream
Put
here.
a thumbs up in the chat if you're up to our stage.
Yeah, put a thumbs up if you've reached our stage. We're going to have a little wipe down over here. Zainab, we're going to pop these out. We've got a little button on here. If you hold the tongs, there's a best button on there. Press it hard, and they should come out. Okay, so we've got a button. You hold the tongs, press it hard, and they'll pop out. We're going to get this all cleaned up. And remember, if you don't get to clean up in the session, make sure you clean up after the session. Hey, I don't know if we have Ellie's, Eddie's, who is here? Can we unmute Zainab Ibrahim's kids, please?
Yes.
Thank you, Coach. Our cream is very runny. Okay, what cream have you used? If you unmute, are we unmuted them?
I'm not able to, unfortunately.
You're not able to unmute.
No, I think Ustad Talha.
Ustad Talha, if you could unmute Zainab Ibrahim.
Yep, she can unmute herself now.
Okay, you can unmute yourselves, guys. Eddie's, Ellie's, I don't know which one of you is there. If you unmute yourself, you can ask me the question before we move on.
Hi.
Hi. What's
Hi, how are
happening?
you guys?
What's happening?
Right, our cream is a little runny. We put it in, we mixed it with our mascarpone, but it's still
Okay.
running.
Did you mix the cream first by itself like we did?
Yes.
And was it not slightly firm already?
It started to curdle a little, so we added a little bit more cream.
Okay, it started to curdle. Do you think they over whipped it? Okay, I can't hear them. So if it started to curdle, sometimes that means you've over whipped it and it's split to butter and whey. And then you've added a bit more cream, which then needs to be whipped. If you've now added to your mascarpone, you can keep whipping it up until it firms up a little bit more. But fingers crossed it's not split. If it has split, then try your best to kind of bring it back together. You can't hear us. Okay. I'm so sorry, guys, if you can't hear me. Can put your hand up if you can. Yeah, sorry.
Big Chef, we can hear you. Maybe she's disconnected her audio.
Yeah, okay, so I think possibly. Hopefully we can have Eddie's and Ellie's back and then we can try and help them rectify the problem later. All right, so we're going to move on to the next part. Ellie's, if you can hear me, pop it in the chat if you're still having problems. Give it a go. Try and whip it up with the mascarpone. It should still whip up okay when you put them together. We're going to move on to the next part. Can we have everyone muted now, please, for start? So they can hear us. We've got a bit of interference. Right, so we now have our
Biscuits are
sponge fingers. Now you can use normal cake for this. We're using sponge fingers and they're quite hard and they're covered in this sugar.
What's the difference between sponge? Because you said sponge is like cake, and then that's you said
Sponge fingers are different. They're hard, and what they are is they are ready to soak up some liquid. Right, be careful, but because we've got some stuff there. Right. So what we've got now, we're going to put our sponge fingers to the side. I'm trying to make sure you guys can see everything. And we have a little container, a rectangle container. You can find one of these quickly. I can give you 10, 20 seconds.
It doesn't have to be clear.
It doesn't have to be clear, or it can just be a plate or a bowl with some sides.
We're just using it clear so you guys can see what we're doing.
Right, hopefully you can, yeah, we've got clear one just so you can see what we're doing. Yes, Marianne?
Why do we have coffee?
We don't. Okay.
That's what you there.
No, we don't. Okay, so we have our hot chocolate that we made earlier. So we've got a nice runny hot chocolate there, and it's not hot anymore. Okay, so hopefully your hot chocolate is not hot anymore. And I'm going to gently pour this into my rectangle container. We made our hot chocolate with about 4 tablespoons of the hot chocolate powder and a whole mug of hot water, and we left it to cool. So hopefully your parents have helped you do that already. And we have now got it in our container. So thumbs up if you guys have got to this stage, because I don't want to leave you behind. Let's bring that closer.
Big Chef, is this the tray that we're going to be using to bake it in, or is it a separate one? Setting.
No, it's just for dipping. This is just for dipping, so it can be anything.
Not the tray you're using to bake with.
Yeah, it's not the tray. So it's just to help us dip. So we've got a little container that can hold up that mug of hot chocolate. We don't want something too big because then the liquid will go way out and will only be a little bit high.
I know
So
what
this is a
dessert
good size.
after dinner.
Yeah, she knows what dessert. So it's just this size. Anything will do. If you haven't got that, just a cereal bowl will be fine as well. Do we need to cut in what shape? I'm not sure what you're asking about cutting. Okay, if you're asking about the paper strips, we've just cut them into strips.
No, they're asking that they're using cake.
Yeah.
Do they need to cut the cake into a shape
Okay.
or dip or pull?
Okay, if you're using cake, because you couldn't get the fingers, just cut it into small squares. That will be fine, or rectangles. We don't have to worry too much about the shape.
Like
Just small pieces, like chocolate bar pieces, like that. That will be fine, or like this. But cake is probably better when it's square or
Can
slightly
we stack
flatter.
it in more?
Cake, don't cut your cake this thin because it will fall
Yeah,
apart.
more chocolate.
So slightly square will be fine. All right, fantastic. So I have my sponge fingers, my hot chocolate liquid, and the dish that no, we're not going to pour or dip anything. Just wait. We are going to dip, but just give me a second. I'm explaining it. Don't run ahead. I don't want you to make any mistakes. I want you to get this perfect. Okay. So we have sponge fingers, hot chocolate liquid, which is cold, and our dish, which we are using. Now we're going to get one of our fingers. We're going to pop it in. Don't pop it in yet. In the liquid. We're going to turn, turn, turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times. We're going to take it out and we're going to pop it in our dish. We're going to do that to each one and we're going to layer them up. So we're going to do 4 turns. So I'm going to do the first one for you to watch. We're going to pop it in, turn, 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 and out. And can you see that's dripping? Let me move out the way. It's dripping. So I'm going to hold it over the bowl for a few seconds and then I'm going to move it to there. And we're going to make a line of those across the bottom. So 4 turns. Don't leave it in too long, it will get very soggy. So pop it in.
That way.
Yep. 1,
Oh, it smells so good.
2, 3, 4. Hold it up to drip. That's it. Don't shake it because it might fall off. And pop it right next to the next one. Mara's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift it up. That's it. And pop it next to that one. So what we got here, mind that though, Mario? I'm just going to show the viewers what we've got here. Pop your one there. And I want you to do that until you've covered the bottom of your dish. Now we have some small gaps because it really doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. So if you can see, they look like fish fingers right now, don't they? So if you, I'm just going to move, there you go. So we have some gaps. We're probably going to get about 6 this way and 6 this way. So let's see how many you guys get. What we're going to try and do is get 2 layers. If you only get 1 layer with your fingers, don't worry. So we have 6 at the bottom. We're going to spread them out a little bit. Our fingers have about ½ centimeter gap, which is fine. Now we're moving on to the second layer on the next side. So we've got 2 lines covering the bottom of our dish. I know you guys are super busy because you're so quiet. I love it when you're quiet. Don't forget, if you get a second or you've done it, unmute yourselves and say, hey, and tell me how you got on with that bit.
Or you can just put thumbs up in the chat.
Okay, they didn't understand what you said because you speak so.
Or you can put a thumbs up in the chat.
Or you can put a thumbs up in the chat. Zane thinks you're standing next to her. She doesn't realise you're over there. I think Mummy shouts too much, so I don't know. I forget that you can still hear me. I'm a shouting Big Chef.
I'm going to eat one.
You guys have done so well. Don't wipe on your clothes. Don't wipe on your clothes. Don't wipe on your clothes. All right. So now what I want you to do, go and clean your hands. We've got 1 layer. But we still have fingers and we still have chocolate dipping. We're going to keep that on the side. We need that again. So let's move that to the side. And we have 1 layer. There we go. I think Yahya just wants to eat it all. Okay, so thumbs up when you've got that done. We're just going to wipe down our work surface.
I just use my finger on
So
it.
anyone who joined us late,
Dispenser it down.
anybody who joined us late, the snowman, ice cream snowman challenge has been extended to next week's session
So you get more time to make another snowman.
because of the
Weather.
it was too hot. So quite a few people did struggle to kind of construct
Like
a
now.
snowman.
We have our AC on and we're gonna go in the cooler.
Yeah, we have our AC
It's
on.
a bit
and
cold
we are
out
quite lucky, but obviously not everyone has AC, and I understand that. So it's, you know, don't worry. Ice cream challenge is going to continue for next week. So if you have just joined us now, then ice cream challenge is make a snowman with ice cream with edible stuff and accessories, and send us a picture to win next week's challenge. If you've already sent your pictures in, they were fantastic, by the way. So if you've already sent your pictures in, you can re-enter with a different picture. You have another week. Or if you want to re-enter the same picture, send me a text and let me know, and I will enter the same picture for you. Also, if you are new today and you receive messages via FEP, but you would like to be on my broadcast list, please send Ustad Hamid a request and he will forward me your number and we can do that. And another message for you mums and dads out there, please take pictures of your kids in action, take little videos. I love to see them. We do want to see them. And of course, of the end product. So hopefully you guys are done. We've had no thumbs up. They're all very quiet. I think they're dipping away. Any thumbs up, guys? Are we good to move on?
What's my
Ustad Hamid. Okay, we have someone to say, yeah, Ustad Hamid. Smiley. I think we got smiley face, which means yay. Okay, great. I'm just gonna. Hey guys. Are you
Well
done?
done,
Good,
Sophia.
good. Right, don't step on that. I've just dropped something out of the cupboard. Pick that up for me, baby. Put it on the side. All right, so we're done. We're going to move on. We're going to go to our. No, they just fell out the cupboard. So we're going to go back to our cream.
Creamy.
Yes, we have your entry. I remember. Yes, we have your entry. So don't worry about that. I'm saying if you want to try again, you can. If you want me to use that picture, I can go
Also,
ahead
if
and
you
use that picture.
weren't here last week, we're doing the snowman challenge. So you can make a snowman out of ice cream.
I
put
just
any
told him that. I just told him that. Yes, I did. Were you sleeping? Okay, so now the cream is in our bowl. We're going to put a pretend little cut in the middle because we only want half. And what we're going to do with that half is take little bits of it and we're going to flop it on the top in different places. Just the half of the cream. We're going to plop in different places. One second, Mario. Right, just half the cream in different places over the top. And I'm doing it the way you will do it to make it easy for you to see how to do it. Because I know some parents would do this differently, and I know we just go in there and do that, but obviously we've got kids here, we need to do it in the way that they will do it and make it easy for them. So now I've got half of the mixture on top of my fingers. Now you can use your spatula, you can use a butter knife, or if you have a cake smoother, you can use a cake smoother. We're going to go ahead, and Mara's going to do this, she wants to have a go, and we're going to gently smooth that over. You okay, Zainab? I think that it's tiny. She's seen a tiny little spider on the wall in the back, and now she's like run a mile. Okay, so as you can see, Mara is very gently spreading this out. So we'll start from the middle and we'll spread out to the edges. And let's turn it around. I know, but if you press too hard, Bobby, you're going to lift up all the fingers. We don't want to do that. So try not to press too hard because you will lift up all the fingers. We want to get a nice coating. Make sure everything is covered. There we go. Not covered there, not covered there and there. Just get it in the corner. Let's get it in the corner. There you go. All right, so we are done with our first layer. Don't worry if it goes up the sides. It's all going to go in your tummy. Yummy in your tummy. So let's put that on the side. I'm going to clean my hands. Mario, if you can move on the side for me. You can swap places. This way. This way, Bobby.
This way.
Okay. Well, it would be nice to do it like that. Okay, so thumbs up when you've got to this stage. Then just come on that side. No problem. Purchasing giving him an issue. All right, so when we got to this stage, you can see my fingers in the bottom there. So we've got a nice thin layer of Now we're going to get our drinking chocolate powder. So if you haven't got your powder, quickly go and get your drinking chocolate powder. If you didn't buy drinking chocolate and you're using cocoa powder, that's fine. I'm going to do this for you, baby. So drinking chocolate, what we have is a small little tea sieve. If you don't have one of these, I suggest you either use your fingers. Excuse me, you'll have to wash them because you get lots of powder on them, but your fingers will be fine. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So I've got a little bowl, because as soon as you pop it in there, it gets messy. So let me move this on the side. So I've got my little bowl. 1 minute, Mario.
Put the powder in.
You're going to put 1 tablespoon, or half a tablespoon actually, of powder into the sieve. Now the reason why it's on the bowl is because it will go straight through very quickly. There you go, and we're not going to make a mess. No, she's sieving it, we're not sieving it. We don't want it to go through the sieve, okay? We've got it in there. Now we're going to take this and we're going to sprinkle it over the top of our pudding. Very gently, nice thin layer, not too thick. So you should still be able to see some of the cream peeking through. So like that, okay? Now what we're going to do is do the whole thing over again. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to catch up to this stage. So spread your cream, sprinkle over your drinking chocolate or your cocoa powder, and then thumbs up when you're there. We are going to move on. We're going back to our fingers and doing another layer. You're going to have another go, Maria? Yay! If some of your fingers are broken, don't worry. You can dip them in separately and then just put them back to hold them together like a puzzle when you pop them on your dish. So we've got fingers, cream mix, cocoa powder or drinking chocolate, sprinkle of powder on top. Again, fingers, cream mix, and then we're going to do the cocoa powder again. So let's have a go. Let me know how you guys are getting on. Hopefully, if you're working in pairs, you're working well together, you're giving each other a chance. Like Zainab and Mario were before Zainab ran away because she saw a spider. You want to come on this side? Sure. Well, you can come on this side. I'll move up. There you go. Come into the middle, baby. That's it. You do one layer and then you do another. So remember, we dip, we do 1, 2, 3, 4, let it drip, and then onto our cream. We don't want too much liquid when we put it on the cream because then it will become like a pool of liquid. We don't want liquid dripping off when we put it in there. So once you put it on your dish, you will see it won't look like any liquid is leaking out of there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and lift up. Put it in, turn 1, 2, 3, 4, and lift it up. If you are using sponge cake, it might be a bit more liquid because it does soak up more liquid. If you need to squeeze it a little bit, go ahead and squeeze it. That's fine, I already said they sometimes do crack in the packet, and that's fine because they're very, very crispy. If they crack and you've got no full ones left, just use the cracked ones and just piece them together when you layer them on. They're all going to get covered, so do not worry. That's it. Keep going. We have 2 rows of about 6, 7, 6, 7. So whatever fits in your tray. And if you don't have enough to completely do 2 layers, don't worry, your second layer, if you realise you've run out, just spread them out a little bit. Because you've already got a good first layer, so that will be fine. That's it. Drip, drip, drip. Make sure when you're dripping out the extra liquid, it's over your container. You don't want to make a mess everywhere. I hope you guys are enjoying this weather. It's been super hot. And these guys have been itching to get in the pool outside. So hopefully they're going to all jump in the pool. Are we going to, shall I jump in as well?
Yeah.
You have to do it sad because he's been waiting for us. No? You don't want to go in the pool yet? You just want to eat this first? You can't eat this yet because we've got to let it sit in the fridge for a little while. So sorry guys, we're going to have to let this sit in the fridge before you eat it. If you eat it too quickly, it won't taste right because it needs to soak up all that ingredients. Okay, we're good. We've got all our layers done. Yeah. You got an extra one? Let's make a little bit more. We don't want to waste it now that you've done it. Okay. You cold, but we go in the other room. Go in the other room and lie down in your blanket. Yeah, you've got cold because we've got the AC on in here because we are cooking and we don't want it too hot. Mario, you want to be in the middle. All right, then. So now we're going to go for our last stage. What's our last stage, Mario? Not our last stage, sorry. What's our next stage? Cream. So we've got the other half bowl of cream. We are going to now pop that at the top. Okay, can Zainab do this one?
But I think
I
that's
can do that, so it doesn't work.
I can get
You
two.
got to spread it out, didn't you?
Oh yeah, all of it.
Yeah, just put
Can I
little,
spread it out?
put
this
little
time?
sections everywhere.
Can I spread
Don't
it
worry
out
about
this
spreading it, just plop little balls and sections of cream on here and there. Then we'll go ahead and spread it at the
Can
end.
I spread it?
If your cream is a little bit thinner than ours, that's fine. It all depends on how much you whipped it.
Mama, can I spread it?
Let Budgie spread it because you did it the first time. That's teamwork, yeah? Teamwork. Let her spread it because you did it the first time. It's okay.
Teamwork makes the cream work.
Teamwork makes the cream work. What does that mean? Let's move those out the way so everyone can see what we're doing. So Zainab is going ahead and she is spreading out that second layer
It's a lot
of
different
cream.
on buttercream and cake. And it's a lot harder.
It's a lot harder than buttercreaming a cake. Really?
Oh no, I'm getting it.
We're just used to buttercreaming a cake. It's because we're using this, we're not using our cake spatula. Spread it out.
That does taste good.
That tastes nice. You're not meant to be eating it yet, Zainab. Okay, come on. Let's spread it out. Let me know what stage you guys are on. If you're working in pairs, maybe your teammate can text us or put it in the chat or unmute yourselves. Go ahead. That's it. Zainab's spreading all to the corners. Our cream is quite whipped up. We could have whipped it a little bit less, but I think we did too much cooking. But it will still be yummy.
You know, tummy.
Yummy in our tummy. So this dessert is better eaten after a few hours. And you may have had it before. I'm sure lots of you mummies and daddies have made it before. But we, as adults, have the coffee version. And it
And the
is
lemon
delicious. And the lemon
I
version
made lemon first.
is delicious. So this is our kid version, which is our chocolate version.
Hot
Nice and
chocolate.
simple.
Hot chocolate. Cold chocolate.
So it is called a tiramisu, but this is our coffee-free tiramisu, meaning no coffee. When something is something free, it means it's not in there. So coffee-free means no.
Chef,
Yeah.
we're a bit behind because we're making we just put the fingers on, but because we're making some extra for our uncle because it's his birthday today.
Oh, that's lovely. Your uncle.
Oh, fizz for him. How did you know it's my birthday? Oh, yeah, you kids, mashallah, too good. This is fantastic. What a birthday.
Stop winding them up. It's not Coach Steve's birthday.
It's a cousin's birthday today. He's turning 7 too.
It's 7-2. Your uncle turned 7. Don't worry, guys. Ibrahim and Fisa, as long as you know what to do, just layer it up and don't worry if you're a bit behind because you know how much talking I do at the end of session. So you have plenty of time to catch up then, okay? So what stage are you on at the moment?
Weird.
We're right now we're putting the cream on and then Ibrahim's gonna layer it.
Okay, as in, what do you mean he's going to layer it? Are you putting the last layer of cream on now?
So we put the sponge cream on and now I'm just putting the cream on and Ibrahim's gonna flatten it, not flatten it, but spread it out.
That's fine, so you're not that far behind. Right, get cracking, Fizz on everything. We're going to give you all a couple of seconds to catch up because everyone is super quiet and I know what that means. That means everybody's busy cooking. So they're busy making. We don't want to get too close. Couple of things for you guys. Always wash your hands before you join Mini Chefs. Always tie your hair up. If you've got loose sleeves, roll them up or change the top, whatever's easy. And just make sure you clean as you go along. Maria, we have to also tie her hair up, don't we, before Mini Chefs?
Yeah.
So anyone who didn't hear earlier, the snowman challenge has been postponed till next week. So we have an extra week to do that. I'm looking forward to what we're going to get.
I actually don't know how many times we've said the snowman challenge is going to next week.
Well, it doesn't matter how many times we've said it. As long as
It's
we've
like
said it.
10,000.
So anyone who is at our stage, we think, Salam, we couldn't find the ingredients to what the challenge. So what's the challenge? Okay, so don't worry. So you get to do the challenge for next week. So I'm happy those of you who didn't get to do the challenge this week, you must be extremely happy.
Could
You
you
get another week to get a shot. Right, we're going to move on. If you're catching up, don't worry. It was quite simple. Just keep doing your layers until you reach our stage. We are going to go ahead with our strips now. So our strips of paper, which you have, we're going to lay them across the top of our dessert. We're just going to make sure it's touching the cream.
When
Okay, so that's the first strip. 1 minute, Zainab. That's my first strip.
Can I do it too?
And we are going to leave a little gap.
This one.
And make sure, make sure it goes right across your entire bowl, okay? Your dish. Now I put one strip on. I'm going to leave a little gap. You can leave the same size as the strip. We're going to leave the same size as the strip. We'll do that. It'll be easier for you guys. And we're going to stick another strip on and gently touch it. We don't want to push it into the cream. We're just going to touch
we
it.
have a surprise video. We're having paper tiramisu.
We're not having paper tiramisu. She's a bit too adventurous. We're definitely not having paper tiramisu. So keep putting those strips on with a 1 centimeter gap.
Like that.
So a nice gap. No, we need a nice gap. That's it. Well done, Mario. That's too big. Let's try and keep it nice and even so they're all the same stripes. So we got paper strip, cream strip, paper strip, cream strip, paper strip, cream strip, until we get to the other side. The more cream we see, the better. The less paper we see, the better. We are making a pattern.
Yeah, so when
No,
we're done.
Go see when we're done. Go see. Okay, so now I don't want one more because if we put one more at the end, we're covering up too much cream. We don't want to cover too much cream, so we're just going to move that along.
Look.
Don't push it in, Mario.
Wow.
Do not push it into your cream. We're just touching it so it sticks. If you push it in, it's going to ruin it. That's it. I'm going to show you guys what we have now. This is what we have.
Paper
It's a bit bright. I'm trying to get a.
Oh,
it's a bit-
I got chocolate.
Can you see? I think you can see. There you go. You can see. It was a little bit bright. So
Oh,
that's
look
what
at
we
the
have.
back. Look at the bottom. Oh.
And can you see the layers in there? Can you see those lovely layers in there? There you go.
Look at the bottom. Let's
You
see.
can see those layers. You can see those fingers underneath. And we've got our strips on top. I'm going to give you about 20-30 seconds to catch up with our layering there. While we just move things on the sides. Yeah, we've got Sumaya and Hafsa ready to carry on. Any more thumbs up? Fiza and Ibrahim, don't worry, you guys can catch up when you are ready. As long as you're watching so you know what to do when you're at that stage. Have we got any more thumbs up? Done? Fantastic. Right, I'm going to move on. If you're catching up, don't worry, don't rush. Don't rush. I'm going to move on and show you what to do. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to get our little sieve. Here you can. We're going to put it in the bowl because when you put your teaspoon on, it goes straight through and we don't make a mess on the table. Dana's going to pop some more drinking chocolate
Wait,
powder.
I just know. This is just chocolate powder with sugar in it.
So we're going to pop a tablespoon of that. Go on, Megan. Onto the sieve. Mario, it's Buddy's turn now. Okay, don't worry. You can help cleaning off. So let's go. That's it, 1 tablespoon. Gently take it to the dessert, and we're going to gently sprinkle it all over the top. Yes, it would. It would work. Any cutout shape of paper would work. So what you could do,
To make it a heart.
don't put too much. Just put enough so the cream is covered. Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and do the edges there, so it's all nicely covered. This time you want it completely covered, but you don't want a really thick layer. Because when you eat a thick layer, you get like powdery taste in your mouth. I think that's done. Okay, just enough so it completely covers your pudding. So I'm going to leave that there for 1 second. We're going to clean up. So we're going to clean up while you guys are catching up. We'll pop that away.
Yeah, I'm also.
A little bit of extra powder, so it's not wet, so that can go back in there. Let's close that. Let's wipe this down. I'm getting excited. I hope you guys are getting excited. The magic is coming. Eddies, I hope you guys have managed to sort out your cream problem. Do let me know if you're still there and you're still having a go and you have managed to solve the cream issue and you are back on track. I hope you guys are back on track.
What is the challenge?
What is the challenge? There is no challenge this week. We've just spoken about the challenge 100 times. The challenge is postponed to next week so people have more time to get those snowmans made.
Make it 100.
Let me bring this closer. I'm just going to show you again. This is what it looks like. All the strips have been covered up. We can't see them. We've sprinkled over the chocolate powder.
That's your.
If you don't have a sieve, you can just use your fingers and cover it all and sprinkle. Not too thick a layer because it is just powder. We don't want too much powder in our mouth.
And then that's your paper tiramisu.
We don't eat paper, Zainab.
Oh.
Okay, we are going to move ahead. Hopefully you guys are doing well and you are enjoying this part. Don't forget, you can do any paper cutouts. This one is a nice quick version. You can do shapes and you can pop them on, whatever you like. We're going to stick with stripes today. It's not stuck in. It's fine, it's fine. It doesn't need to stick. It doesn't need to stick completely on. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to hold on to the first strip and gently roll it all the way back and take it off. We're going to pop this into a messy bowl that we have on the side.
Go back in the middle.
We're going to do that with all of them very gently, going right opposite direction. Do one and then she does one. 1 minute, 1 minute more. And then Mario is doing the last one. Let's go. I'm just going to clean up the handle there because we've got plenty
Not
of handle.
paper tiramisu. Your cream machine.
Mario called it a cream masu. So let's show you guys how amazing that looks. I'm just going to get a little paper towel and we can clean up the edges of our dish.
And the floor
We're just-
there's paper towel.
Don't worry about the floor. You guys have got paper towel on the floor over here. We're going to have to be cleaning that up. All right. So now we are just cleaning the edges with a little paper towel. And now look at that.
Sharpie.
How is that?
And you guys can do different designs. You don't have to do stripes. You can do
Of
circles, hearts, stars,
So you can do
the letter of your name.
You can do your name, you can do some shapes and put them on, or you can do a big piece of paper with a
Or
cutout
you
in the
can
middle
do-
and then just put it on there.
Zainab.
And if you don't want to do a pattern, you can put some cocoa or drinking chocolate on the top. So I hope you guys have managed to catch up. You can see our fingers in there and our pattern on the top. So let me tell you what happens next. This goes into the fridge for an hour or so, preferably a good few hours. So if you do want this for a dinner party or you've got people coming over for tea later, get it in super early because the longer it has in the fridge, the softer it is and the more it soaks up that liquid, okay? If your fingers are quite crunchy, next time keep them in for a bit longer, maybe do a few more turns, but don't worry, by tomorrow they'll soften up even more. So if you have some tonight and then you have some tomorrow as well, you will taste the difference in the consistency of the dessert. So well done everyone for making your chocolate tiramisu today. Really easy recipe. I hope you guys loved it. Don't forget to try different shapes. Pop it in the chat. Let me know how you guys got on. Can you also unmute yourselves? We're going to have the next few minutes to catch up and see what you guys thought of today's lesson. Anyone there? Are you also super busy? May I ask that? Who's that?
We're eating sponge fingers.
You know what? Some of them two over there. I've had to like. They're about to finish them. Zainab didn't get one.
Yeah, it's different name.
What? Who am I speaking to? Was that Zahra? Was that?
No, it was Fizan Ibrahim.
Yeah. Are you eating them? Did you manage to catch up, guys?
Yeah, we just put them with the dessert. On the ones for our uncle, we're gonna make the letters of their first names.
That's amazing. Isn't that a great idea? So you didn't even have to make a birthday cake. You make something even better, and you get to personalize it. So well done. Did you send me the picture? You guys
For
see that?
my auntie's birthday, we actually made the cinnamon blondie.
Oh wow! I'm so glad you guys are using my recipes. I feel super grateful and proud that you guys are doing that. So well done. Make sure you send me the pictures of tiramisu with Uncle's name on it. I can't wait to see that. Are you guys going to be entering the competition next week?
Yeah.
Yay! I can't wait. So well done to Azkar, to Hussein, bear with me if I forget any of the names, but there's plenty of you who did enter the competition this week. Issa as well, so well done you guys who did enter, and I'm sorry we're going to have to wait for another week because it was very difficult, and I have seen some of the amazing ingredients that people bought to try and get those snowman kind of made up, and then unfortunately due to the weather they couldn't do very much without it melting before they got their pictures. So please give it a shot this week. I'm sure we're going to have plenty of ice cream this week because of the weather. It's super hot. How has everyone done? Are we done with the pattern? Are we done with your chocolate tiramisu?
Is this okay to drink?
is it okay to drink? Well, technically it's okay to drink, but I don't know if you want to drink it. It's made with water. Of course, you can make your hot chocolate with milk. We've just made it with water. I don't know if you can see what Zaynab's doing over there.
It tastes like cocoa powder.
Yeah, because it's made with chocolate. Look what she's doing. So waste not. Have a go. Finish your ingredients. Thumbs up if we're done. How many of you are done out there? Thumbs up if we're done. Me, Coach Hasib, and the kids from Don't Tell Mum are all going to be jumping in the pool out there. So if you're my neighbour, please keep your eyes shut. Although I will be in my hijab. So, yes, great, Sumaya and Hafsa. I'd love you guys to unmute. Tell me how you got on. Iman, hey Iman. It's nice to hear from you as well. So nice to see that you are done. Although I can't see your comments because they're just like a symbol that comes up. If you want to unmute yourself, Iman, you can. It would be nice to hear from you. I'm not sure if you're shy or you're happy to speak. I know you were our winner once as well. Zainab is still drinking all of that Coke. Are you right there, Zainab?
Yeah.
All right, guys, I think we are done today. Anyone want to say anything? I'm going to give you another 10, 20 seconds. If you do want to say anything, let me know how you got on. Otherwise, we will be...
Tiramisu's look really good.
Hey, I don't know who that was. Who was that? Tell me who it is before you speak. Sorry?
Samaya.
Sumaya. Hey, Sumaya. Does it look good?
Yeah.
Can you send me a picture?
Yeah.
I can't wait. Did you use gluten-free cake?
No, we didn't.
Oh, no, so your dad can't have any.
He'll probably would anyway.
Oh, you should save him some cream. All right, guys, we are going to love you and leave you. Walaikum salam. This one's gone a bit crazy. We will see you soon, inshallah. See you next week. Snowman Challenge. Bye.